Hey guys, Jobis34 back again, back with another Kaiju X Plus 30 centimeter review, or in this case, the affiliate for the United States release, Star Ace. Here's the box for this beautiful guy, 12-inch soft vinyl figure, deluxe version. This is the deluxe version. I've heard this referred to a few ways, and I'll get into that for a second, which is a little confusing. Star Ace. And I still say X Plus because it's still 30 centimeter in size, so I still say X Plus 30 centimeters from Kong Skull Island, just like the first release. And I'll tell you why. Because right there, see, X Plus. So basically, because Kong is a licensed, I guess an American licensed property, and it kind of falls into a slightly different category than the Godzilla stuff, even though it's all legendary, films right now. They, in order for it, I guess, for us to gain access easier to Kong versus, Japanese characters, they distribute this one through Star Ace. As far as that's as far as the story as I know it, and I know that happened through the first release of this too. So when it comes to Kong, and the new Kong, basically from the shared universe, the shared Godzilla universe that they've been building towards. They're obviously building towards the big Kong versus Godzilla movie coming out soon in another year or so. Star Ace distributes this, but it is X Plus, technically involved as well. So let's just start with the obvious. It's a beautiful piece. There's been some concerns about certain things. Now, again, I know this isn't brand new. This has been circulating, so this is not the first people have seen this figure or have it. And I'm certainly not the first to review it, but, figure maybe people still like to hear my take on it anyway, even though it's kind of been out. I did receive this figure about a week ago. It was a little delayed, I think, because of all the shipping nonsense going on with the pandemic and everything. I've been getting a lot of things late, depending on where I ordered it from, and this is no exception. So, it did come through, but, I know some people are getting them at different times, depending on when they ordered it, where they ordered it, and also depending on, in some cases I've seen there's a difference between the normal version and the deluxe version. Now, it's funny, on the box they say deluxe version, and really, what does deluxe version really mean? And that was where some of the confusion came in. I guess the deluxe version was assumed that it was the stand plus this propeller that he has from the boat holding in his hand with the chain. And I think originally it was advertised as that being the exclusive or deluxe or limited edition, as the instruction booklet puts it. And this is what I find interesting. Check this out. In the booklet they give you, it says limited edition, and then normal edition, or normal version. Sorry, normal version and limited edition. So they're kind of, but yet on the box it says deluxe version. So they're kind of, I don't know, wording it differently. So the bottom line is we're talking a standard and an exclusive. I mean, if you want to speak Sideshow or Hot Toys terms, But if you see here clearly in the picture, and I'm going to open this up, and I just want to say, they give you the booklet like any one of these figures usually come with, whether it's X Plus, Star Ace, or whatever. But it's kind of funny. It's like, do we really need a instruction for this? Because all they're showing you is what he comes with, and it's really self-explanatory. I mean, here, Kong 2.0, right? Instruction sheet. I mean, it's like, what instructions is on here? I just find it funny. I mean, they're showing you the difference, and basically what they're showing you is that if you got the normal version, he has no stand. That's the only difference. Otherwise, he's still holding this, and he still has the chain. And I know some people were upset because people that wanted the normal edition, I think they thought they were getting a hand that wasn't going to hold that. And then they kind of got upset when they saw that it comes with this regardless. So, no big deal to me. I wanted the deluxe version. I always like a nice base, and I saw it and I was like, yeah, this is cool, because I have the deluxe or limited or whatever you want to word it for the first one. So I figured it would kind of match up better. And I like him holding this. It does capture the specific look from the scene, a specific scene and moment in the film. And it is an action pose, more of an action pose compared to the first one. Where that was more of a museum style pose, the Kong 1.0. And this one, he's got his open mouth and he's roaring. And honestly, the paintwork is excellent with the teeth and the tongue. You could see in there, I mean, it looks very well done. The paintwork is great. I would say very equal to the look of the first one. You definitely could tell that this is the same Kong from the same movie, from the same moment. The base is beautiful. Here's the nameplate that's kind of part of the base. It's plastic, it's vinyl. It's nothing heavy or spectacular, but it serves its purpose. It's got the nice grass and a little diorama on it with the ship there, I think, which basically is where he pulled this from. This is nice. This is painted very well. Like, it has that metal yet rustic look to it, which is cool because it had underwater rust. I guess when he yanked it out of there and used that to kind of win his battle. So, and there's his scar marks. I mean, they still come through with the details. There's his battle wounds and his scar marks and stuff on his body. The profile pic here is very stunning. So, I mean, it's beautiful. Now, if I had my choice, if I only had to pick one, I think I'd pick the first version. I just like that very menacing museum mouth closed pose. I tend to gravitate towards mouth closed, even with Godzilla's. For some reason, I don't know why, but I think because it's so common to see these things with mouths open and kind of like roaring or in an action pose, that it's kind of nice to see the museum style poses. So I would definitely say if you have the luxury like me to have both, go for both. But if only one, I kind of prefer, I think, Kong.1 a little over, gun to my head. Now, with all that being said, and that was a mouthful real fast, as far as the look, how the quality, the feel, the paint work, I would say they're both equal. So the Kong 1.0 and the Kong 2.0, I would say, if you're worried about one looking more superior than the other, I would really say either one will do the job for you. I think it really just comes down to what matters to you, your preference, whether you want to see him more in a roaring action pose, which is cool, like this, or if you want to see him more neutral and just kind of standing there and looking like, I'm about to kick your butt kind of thing. So I kind of like both for different reasons. They both have their positives and negatives. I don't feel that holding this is a negative, even if it's the normal version. So, I guess, again, it comes down to preference. And I have heard people say that they were able to kind of pop this out, or they were able to get this out. Personally, I like it there. I wanted the deluxe version, which I thought, like many others, that this was part of the deluxe version. I like the chain hanging. I think it's cool. And, you can manipulate the chain. You can wrap it around or unwrap it, whatever you want to do there. And I do like the base. Now, like I said, very simplistic figure. I took it out of the box and had it set up within seconds for pictures. I mean, he comes off. Like I said, you can stand him without the base quite nicely. So you don't technically need the base if you don't want it. But if you have it, it's good. It has the footprints in the base there, so the feet fit. This one was a little off, and then I realized that the foot does swivel a little bit, so you need to turn the foot slightly to kind of get it to fit, right. So the feet do swivel a little to the left and right, very slightly. So in any case, it's a very simplistic, quick piece to put together. It's very, it looks very menacing. It's got a lot of good shelf presence from what I could see. And again, I love it. There's not much more I could say about it other than it looks very cool. Now, to turn him around again, this is the back of him. I know some people have pointed out his butt, saying that the paintwork wasn't quite, I don't remember if it was this one or the other one. I think it's been mentioned, but in person in certain lighting, I don't really see a problem with the paintwork, and it's very detailed, and the fur and the weathering to me overall looks very well done and realistic. And if you don't touch them and you just kind of look at them from a distance, it almost has that real fur look, even though it's all vinyl and sculpted. So again, no problems there. Great job again by Star Ace and of course X Plus. That's the the behind the scenes people here. Like I said, my only issue is not even really an issue. It's just kind of something I mentioned that's silly. There's really no point. There's no blow drying that needs to be done to put a tail on. There's no instructions. There's nothing to put together. He comes out of the box like this, and you just got to put him on the stand. So this is not really an instruction sheet. This is a information sheet just showing you that, hey, look, and maybe they did this because of the complaints. I don't know, but they're showing you that this is the normal version, and this is the deluxe or the limited. And here's what you do with the chain, which really, it says here, install the chain as shown. And it's kind of weird because there is no install. It's just basically wrapping the chain around his arm. And that's kind of open for interpretation. So, I guess, they felt an obligation to put something in here because all these come with this kind of booklet. So anyway, that's a little chuckle. But overall, the box is cool like usual. It's got the Japanese writing underneath. It's got all the, like I said, it's got all the information as far as who made it and who's involved, part of the Monsterverse. It has the Star Ace logo, it tells you what it is. The deluxe version's right there. So, other than having it physically, that proves that you have the deluxe. And the picture box, the picture's cool. And that's it. I mean, really, that's it. It's, there's really nothing much more to say than that it's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. It's one of the best, I think, reiteration of the or newer versions of a Kong that's existed since the originals, back when in the 30s, in the 1930s with the original Kong. I mean, I love all the Kong movies, even the controversial 1970s version. But this one really does capture the look and feel of Kong, or what Kong would look in real life. And from what I understand, in the new movie, when he faces Godzilla, he's going to be significantly bigger. So I'm sure there's going to be more releases to come with this dude. This is not the last we're going to see him. I'm sure, and hopefully not, because I love the character. I'm a big Kong fan. I love Godzilla too, so I'm kind of torn. I'm hoping they go the WWE route and kind of make it a draw. You want to see a winner just for curiosity, but at the same time, my guess is that they're going to come up with some sort of tie, or maybe they'll take turns beating each other, and then they're going to have to team up against something a little more dangerous. Maybe King Ghidorah's return, or maybe a Mecha Ghidorah, something like that. That would be cool. So we'll see. But again, if you really have come down to it, if you want the choice, if you can't have both, and you want one or the other, I would say it really comes down to, do you want him in an action roaring pose, or do you want him in a more neutral stance museum pose? That's it. Other than that, the choice is pretty simple, and that is, get both. Anyway, that's it for this time. Peace out, guys. See you next time. Job is 34.